Hello, hello,
Hello,
hello.
hello, hello. Hi, I think I'm 1 minute behind time.
Oh, we are
Oh,
all
we
behind.
are all behind. Thank you so much.
I was really
I
trying
was really trying
to figure out.
to out.
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't-
let me.
I'm getting some
I'm getting some
echoing.
echoing. Okay, from my side.
I think so.
I think so. Okay, just a second. Could it be?
Is it okay now?
Is it okay now?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Is it okay?
Is it okay now?
Is it okay now? Is it okay now? Yeah. Yeah, yours I'm hearing some echoing from your side too.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, I can hear you.
So,
So, can you hear me clearly?
yes.
Yes. Okay, thank God.
Okay. So,
Okay, so
oh God, what
oh
is
God,
happening?
what is happening?
Can you see?
Can
Can
you
you
see?
still hear
Can you
the
still hear
echo?
the echo? No, not really. No, I don't hear any echoing from your side again.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I have my baby here with me though.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Mine will wake up
Mine will
very
wake up
soon.
very soon. Oh goodness.
So,
So
thank you so
thank
much
you so
for
much for
making time to
making
join
time to
us
join
today.
us today. Oh, and thank you also for having me. And I see this as a very great opportunity for me to also share my little wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
thanks to
thanks to
everyone for
everyone
joining
for
us
joining
today.
us today.
Let us know
Let us
in the
know
comment
in the
section
comment
where you're
section where
joining
you're
from.
joining from.
Today we have
Today we
Mrs.
have Mrs.
Alice
Alice
from Alice
from
World
Alice
joining
World
us
joining us
today.
today.
So, our
So
topic
our
today
topic today
on
on
Mindshift
Mindshift
with Chris
with
and Tina
Chris and Tina
Montgomery
Montgomery
is
is
ghosted by
ghosted by
important
important
people in our
people in
lives.
our lives.
So, have
So
you
have
ever
you ever
been
been
ghosted by
ghosted
important
by
people in
important
your
people
life?
in your life?
What happened?
What happened?
What
What
causes that?
causes that?
And what are
And
we
what are
supposed to
we
do
supposed to do
about it?
about it?
Thank you, Paula,
Thank
for
you, Paula,
joining
for
us.
joining us.
So, today we are
So
going to
today we
have
are
this
going to have this
discussion
discussion
with Miss
with
Alice,
Miss Alice.
and we are going to
And we
put
are
the
going to put
link
the link
to this
to this
program in the
program
comment
in the
section.
comment section.
Please click on the
Please
comment
click on the
section
comment section
and join
and
us
join us
if you have
if you have
any
any
how do you call it,
how do you call it,
anything to share.
anything to
Okay,
share. Okay,
so please
so
let us
please
do
let
that
us
and
do
let
that
us
and let
educate
us educate
ourselves, let us
ourselves. Let us
discuss.
discuss.
So I'm going
So
to
I'm
let
going to let
Mrs. Alice
Mrs.
take the
Alice
lead
take
on
the lead
this
on
one.
this one.
First of
First
all,
of all,
let us talk
let us
about
talk
it.
about it.
What is it
What is
about?
it about?
Ghosted by
Ghosted by
important friends.
important friends.
What is it
What is
about?
it about?
And before
And
Mrs.
before
Alice
Mrs.
comes
Alice
in,
comes in,
most of the times
most of the times
we talk
we
about
talk about sorry.
relationships, okay?
Relationships, okay?
Ghosted by
Ghosted by
people
people
in
in
romantic
romantic
relationships.
relationships.
But we do not
But we
talk
do not
about
talk about
the
the
ones about
ones about
friendship.
friendship.
For
For
example, your
example, your
fiancé dumped
fiancé
you or
dumped you
something
or
without
something
saying
without
anything.
saying anything.
But what
But
of
what
if a
of if
friend
a friend
just keeps
just
quiet
keeps
on you
quiet
or
on
just
you or
goes
just
off on
goes
you?
off on you?
What causes
What
that and what
causes
are you
that and what
supposed
are
to
you
do?
supposed to do?
So, Mrs.
So,
Alice,
Mrs. Alice,
please start with
please
us.
start with us. Okay. Yes, like you said, most of the times, thank you first of all, and thank you to everyone joining us today. Most of the times we talk about being ghosted by somebody. Maybe you are dating somebody or you are in a romantic relationship with them. They just pretend like they don't exist overnight. But I hardly hear of anyone talking about, a family member or maybe their best friends. I think to some extent has to do with our egos, because as humans as we are, I know we all have some amount of ego. You don't want the other person to see uh, that you are hurt by what they have done. So we all pretend like, well, if they want to go, just let them go. You pretend like life goes on. But I know for a fact that it hurts because we are humans. And one thing in recent times I have used to console myself is that I tell myself that, well, maybe that person has never been my friend after all. Maybe for all these years I thought I knew them, but I didn't really know them. Maybe they had some kind of, let me take you back. Years back, growing up, when maybe somebody you think they mean so much to you, and then all of a sudden you could feel that this person is drawing away from you, like they are no longer interested in being your best friend, or like you just keep wondering, what have I done to this person? Where did I go wrong? Because to you, in your mind, you are doing everything, and this is somebody you would go above and beyond for. Like you will sacrifice everything, just and some of those people become like a family to us. We no longer see them as friends. So when this thing happen, it breaks you because you keep wondering, did I do something they don't want to tell me? And then I used to go after the other person and ask them to tell me what I have done. But none of those inquiries brought me any closure. That is my own personal experience. Like each time you ask the person, they'll just say, oh, you haven't done anything. I've just been busy lately. And when you look at their body language and what they're telling you, you just know straight off the table that they're not being honest. So recently, I have stopped asking people for closure. I don't know if it's the right thing to do. That's why I would really want other people to share their experiences with us.
Mhm.
Because
So,
I stopped because I'm like, okay, the attitude you gave me is all the closure that I need.
do you think you can also be the cause? Like we as individuals can also be the cause why people just ghost us like that. And what are some of the causes that we should try and then be aware of ourselves?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, for one thing I have used for over the years to guide me in dealing with other people, as in friendship or even family members or anybody that comes into my life, is that um, I tell myself, don't do unto them as you don't want them to do unto you. So if there's a way I want to talk to somebody, even if they have offended me, I try to taste my words before I speak it out,
Mhm.
because I want to always put myself on the other side of the table. That if I'm standing on the other side and this person is talking to me this way or saying these things to me, how how would I feel?
Mhm.
So that way, I think it has um, helped me a lot. I'm not saying in any way that I am perfect,
Mhm.
but I'm just sharing that that has been something that I have done over a few years that has really helped and improved my personal relationship with people. I don't know what other people. If I could
Yeah, I
ask you,
just
what
I
have you
just
also
wish
done?
people would join and then share their experiences or their views on this. So thank you so much. Those who have joined, thank you so much for joining us today. So if you just joined, we are discussing the topic ghosted by important friends. As I said earlier, most of the times we concentrate so much on the romantic relationships. When people just dump us, people just keep quiet on us, people whom we are in romantic relationship do that to us. But we do not consider our own friends, the normal relationship. So today we are talking about it. Have you ever experienced this before? You ever been ghosted by a friend before? For me, I should say I'm not perfect. I have experienced that before.
Hmm.
And as you said, sometimes it's our ego. I think I have also ghosted people
Yeah, of
because
course, we are all guilty.
we are all guilty. Because I'll just keep quiet. When you
Hmm.
do something to me, sometimes I won't talk. And if I learned it the hard way that if I do not say anything, I will never forget about it. I keep it in me, and then I end up hurting myself. So for me, I've learned to just tell you when. If you offend me or if you do anything that I do not like. Uh but then looking at the question I asked, I've also realized that I need to be conscious of how I treat people, what
Hmm.
I say to people,
Hmm.
because we are different people, we come from different backgrounds.
Hmm.
She said there is an echo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm. Uh,
Hello. Hello. I think the echo was coming from your side, Alice. Hi everyone. Paula, is it okay? Do you still hear an echo? Paula, please let me know if it's okay. Oh, okay. So I think then it was coming from Alice's side. I'm so sorry. Uh-oh.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Is it still echoing? Wow, I'm trying. Let me see. Okay. Is it better?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I think there is an echo.
Okay. Is it gone?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Is that echo gone now?
I think it's gone now.
Okay. Because I went back into the audio settings and I messed around few things.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Please let us know in the comment section if it's okay. I guess all what you were saying was just not okay. Maybe we should stop and then come back live again. What do you think?
Okay,
Because
because the echo is still ongoing.
she said it's okay, but I feel like all what we have said earlier, if someone comes to listen, the person might not really understand what we
Oh, okay.
said.
Maybe we could just go back and recap everything we just said. I don't,
Okay.
yeah.
Hi everyone. Sorry again. We apologize for the echo tune. Like we are both learning this what do you call it?
The
StreamYard
stream, yeah.
together. So we apologize for everything. But if you just joined us, we started talking about the topic ghosted by important friends. Most of the times in our lives, we end up most of the times talking about being damned. Like we focus so much on the romantic relationships, but then we do not focus on the friendships, the non romantic relationships. So today, we came to all of you to talk about ghosted by friends, to discuss that one. We have the link to the, what do you call it? The you joining the StreamYard in the comment section. So please join us and share your ideas. You can just click on the link, and then you join us and let us continue. So we are going back to it again. Mrs. Alice,
Yes,
what
I'm
do
right
we
here.
understand, or what do we say? Why are we looking at this? And when we say we have been ghosted by friends, what does it mean?
Um, to me, it simply means, somebody who has, friendship, you start from a certain level. Let's say you start talking hi, then you go more personal, and then this, most of the time, or some of the times, these people become more like a family to you. People you could sacrifice anything for, you could go above and beyond, you love them as yourself. And then you wake up one day and it's like they're to- total strangers that you have never even met before. Like you ask yourself, is it really this person, or am I dreaming? Like they stop responding to your messages, they stop calling you back, they don't pick your calls. The attitude, it's to me, it just happened like an overnight thing. Like you wake up one day and then you realize that this person is gone. They don't want to have anything to do with you, and they have not given you any reason. And like I said before, unfortunately, because of the echo, I used to, when the few times that those um, I came into those situations, I found myself in those situations, I would go after the other person trying to find out what I have done. Because, like you and I were saying, we are not perfect. Sometimes these things could be our own doing, maybe something we have said or we have done. So I try to find out, it's okay if you don't want to be my friend anymore. I'm not going to force it. But I just think that it is fair for you to tell me exactly what I have done so I don't repeat the same thing to another person in the future. But realize that all the times that I went to the other person trying to find out what I have done, they would just tell you that, oh, it's okay, you have not done anything. I've just been busy and I have this and that going on, da da da. And you look at the person's body language and what is coming out of their mouth, and then you just know off the table that they're not being honest with you. There's
Yep.
more to what they're telling you, but
Hmm.
they're not willing to tell you for whatsoever reason. So recently, like I said, I have started asking people for closure. I don't know if it's the right thing I'm doing, but I have just decided in my mind that whatever attitude that you have given me or you are giving me is all the closure that I needed. So sometimes maybe I have invested too much of my emotions into the friendship than you
Yeah.
have to just,
Go.
walk away. But
Hmm.
I don't think anybody who have, I mean, let's be honest, if you have really invested so much of your emotions into somebody, it's not easy to just wake up one day and say, I'm going to forget like they never existed.
Yeah.
So I realized that maybe I was giving more than, you know, I should have given. So I try to these days, with friends, it's hard to do. It's so hard. I don't know if it's just me, but it is just so hard, to say this person is your friend and not invest your emotions into that person.
Exactly.
It's like being
Exactly.
a fake friend to me. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like,
Exactly.
because sometimes with some of my friends, my female friends, sometimes we talk over the phone and then maybe one of us will say, I love you. Before we hang up, we say, I love you sometimes. And then imagine if I don't feel the same way about you, Tina, and then
Hmm.
you tell me, I love you, and I say, I love you too. I'm being fake with you.
Definitely.
I'm not
So
being honest.
yeah. So what do you think? Why do you think people just do that? What makes people just ghost you and they just don't want to tell you the truth? Why? What do you think people do that?
I think this is my personal opinion. I may be wrong, but I think it has to do with some level of immaturity,
Mm-hmm.
because if you are we have mental maturity and emotional maturity.
Yeah.
To me, my personal understanding is that um sometimes, as friends, you could be good with somebody, but maybe they might have heard something about you from a third party, and instead of them to come forward with you and ask you, oh, okay, I've heard that you have done this, or you are saying this, or, this is what I have heard. To hear your side of the story, they just decide to go with whatever they have heard. And they try to give you that attitude, and they don't want you because now their best friend has all of a sudden become a demon. So they don't want to have anything to do with you without even hearing your side of the story. I'm not trying to take us away from this contest, but
Mm-hmm.
from my person, this is something I have experienced before. Like, I'm talking about a personal, true life story that I have experienced. I have experienced these things not once, not twice. Oh, I've been through hell back and forth with people.
Yeah.
And this is somebody that I would say I would do anything for, that heard something horrible about me from somebody who totally fabricated. I don't know if you have experienced something like that, like somebody fabricating a
Yeah. For
story
me
about
now
you.
it's normal to me.
Yet, you even hear the story and you are like, who are you talking about again? And then it's you, and I'm like, me? that kind of a situation. So
Mm-hmm.
the other person hears the story and they just decided to ghost me. And you will not imagine, it took 7 years. It took 7 years. And it was something else we were talking about later on. And then she brought it up that I thought you did this. And I'm like, who said? And then she now mentioned the other person's name. I'm like, you should have come to me all these years. So
Yes.
this was what warranted your attitude towards me those times. I
Yes.
mean, and it just breaks your heart to know that somebody could easily believe a third party
Yeah.
more than hearing your side of the story. So it all boils down to immaturity on a certain level. And
Yeah.
then also, um, in a few cases, I think it also has to do with silence enemies. Recently I asked a question on my page, are you your friend's friends? And it all boils down to like part of this discussion we are having right now.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like I said, you have invested too much emotion than the other person has invested. Maybe what you were seeing them as a sister, but they were just seeing you like somebody they just met.
Yeah.
They just want to, they need you as much as you are of use to them, for as long as they could benefit something from you. For as
Yep.
long as you are of use to them, you are the best person. The moment that benefit goes away, they don't know you. That is my personal opinion. I may be wrong.
Definitely. We are all sharing our views here, and
Mm-hmm.
what you said is, for me, it's correct. But then also, me looking on the other side, sometimes through, as I ask this question, why don't they really want to tell you what you have done to them, and they just keep quiet on you?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like sometimes it's human nature. Some people were just created like that, and sometimes too, how do I say it? We are kind of biased towards people who speak their mind as humans, if you've realized
Exactly.
that. So this thing makes people keep quiet. Instead of confronting you, you are my friend and you've done something to me that I think I don't like. Instead of me telling you, I have this notion that people would think I talk too much, people would think I nag too much. So the best thing
Mm-hmm.
for me to do is just keep quiet over it,
Mm-hmm.
which doesn't really help. Hello Winnie, hello Paula, hello Laurentine. Thank you all for joining us. Please, the link is in the comment section, so let us just click on it and join us if you want to share your opinions. Okay, we'll love that. We are just discussing, we are just saying ours, but we want everyone to join. Okay, so as I was saying, the notion that people would just tag you that you like nagging, you like talking, makes people don't want to say anything even when someone offends them. But my for me, I think if you are friends, like if you see someone as your friend, um said it's not working on my side. Wow. Please hold on, let me finish with this one. So if you see someone as your friend, I think you should be able to tell them if they've done anything wrong to you, if they offend you, if or even if they do something that you don't like. Once you see that person as a friend, you should be able to let them know that this thing that you did, I don't like. Even if the person didn't do to you, didn't offend you, by you realize that the person offended someone, you as the friend should be able to correct the person. In Ghana, I don't know if this Alice can help us with the English, but in Ghana they have this adage that nimpa na oritwa kwan no onim de nature akyea. I don't know how it's said in English.
I try to tell my husband the same thing in English, but I just um say it's like the person who is dancing doesn't know if their steps were wrong or not. They are
Mm-hmm.
making the wrong moves. So it's the one who is watching you who would be able to tell you
Let
that
you
you are
know.
dancing off beat.
Yes. Yeah,
You wouldn't know you are
definitely.
dancing off beat yourself.
So sometimes as humans, we ourselves do some things that we don't even realize that we are offending people.
Hmm.
Let me try and see if I can put this here. I'm going to copy it again and then put it in the comment section. So please, I just did. Let me know if you see it. Okay. Click on it and then join us. So, as we are saying, if you see yourself as my friend, if you should be able to tell me when I do something wrong, not to you alone, but to someone else. We are humans.
Hmm.
We are not perfect. And we do wrong without even realizing that we are doing that.
And
So please
Doctor,
go ahead.
I'm not interrupting you, but just because of what you said, just brought something quick to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always said this, that being my best friend or me being your best friend doesn't mean I have to agree with everything that you say or do.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes someone who truly loves you to tell you that no, this thing you are doing is not right.
Yeah.
So I believe if um, we could go back to being honest with people, then we should be able to tell people upfront when they're wrong, instead of holding that in your heart and uh, pulling away from them. Or I think other in some cases too, people just try to avoid being seen as a confrontational.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to go and ask the other person. Then maybe that will, especially with us women, it could turn into an argument here and there. Then you don't know. So they just try to avoid that whole situation and just, okay, let me just let her be. But I don't think if you truly love someone, that is the best way to go about it.
Exactly. That's that is you've said it all. But then as you ask the question on your page, like can you say it again? Like, is your friend truly your friend or it's someone else's
Are you
friend?
your friend's friend?
Are you your friend's friend? I've realized that like sometimes we tell ourselves, okay, this is my best friend. For
Hmm.
you in your head, that is what you'll be thinking. But the best friend also has another friend.
Let me share this little story with you about
Hmm.
that. Are you your friend's friend? Very interesting. Two little kids. There was a program in my son's daycare, so where all parents came, and after the program, we had a nice time. Take some juice and cookies, and we were all trying to interact with each other. Then during the program, I realized there were two boys the same age as my son, and they were sitting together, giggling, talking back and forth. But I realized that let me just call them boy A and boy B.
Hmm.
So when they were sitting together, and then boy A stood up to go stand elsewhere, and then boy B followed him. So I could see that boy B tries to do everything that boy A was doing. And
Hmm.
even during it was a stage play. So when the boy A was playing a certain role, I think that they were in the same class. So the teacher also put them in the same role. And he made sure he was right beside his friend. So during after the program and we were talking, I happened to be talking to his mom. Then he ran and came to his mom, and I was like, "Hi, I could see that you didn't want to let go of your friends, like you were going everywhere he was going. He said, "Yes, that's my best friend."
Mm-hmm.
And immediately I asked him that question before he even answered. You could see how his face light up, his
Mm-hmm.
eyes, the joy from his heart, and it really melted my heart to see, the way he loves his friend, and he wants to be everywhere that he. It was a little bit obsessive, as grown up we would say, but I think it's just an innocent um, boy who was
Yeah.
trying to make a best friend. Then, as we were moving around, I happened to also talk to boy B, sorry, boy B. And then I'm like, "Hi, I spoke to your friend. He said you are his best friend." Immediately, he just said, "No, he's not my best friend. My best friend is," then he mentioned another boy's name. So immediately, my face just dropped. I'm like, and this boy was not standing there. The boy A was not standing there when he said that. So in my mind, it just brought me back to that question I asked, are you your friend's friend?
Yeah.
Sometimes you are moving together with this person, you eat together, you go everywhere together, you gist, you talk about all the girl stuff, you go shopping, you visit each other, families know themselves, and you think you are family. This person is a sister to you. They're more than any other person in your life, but in their head, you are not that much important.
Definitely. Definitely. This is a perfect example. This really is a
It
perfect
really broke
example.
my heart for the other boy.
Yeah, it's will. It's will.
The
It's a
way he just
definitely.
instantly said, "No, he's not my friend." Like,
Yeah. It's it's sad. I'm
yeah,
just listening to
unfortunately,
it. It's
that
just really
boy
sad.
would go home every day and tell his parents about his best friend, and his
Yeah.
best friend is also talking about another friend.
Another friend.
And I read a story on a certain page. I don't remember the exact page, about when the lady said when she was little, back in the days at school, they were asked to come on stage with their best friends. And when it was her best friend's turn, she was happy that her best friend was going to come for her. But this girl went for another girl, meaning she wasn't her friend.
Yeah.
And she just started thinking, "I thought you were my best friend."
Oh God. Like I'm really
Heartbreaking.
enjoying this conversation and I'm learning a lot from it. Paula, thank you so much for the stars. We really appreciate. Winnie, I'm waiting for you to click the link and join us. So please join us, okay? I'm waiting for you. And Paula, if you can also join us, please join us. But if you don't have to come on live or you can just be on audio, we are good with that. So
Hmm.
um how
Just share
do
your
I add
personal
to stage?
experience with
Yeah,
us.
it does. Oh, sorry.
Thank you so much, Winnie.
Add to experience with us. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I was logged in on two phones. I tried to join it with my page, but for some reason it won't let me join it with my page. Oh wow. So I
Oh,
had to
wow.
switch to my personal profile. I don't know why.
That's okay. Thank you for joining.
It's a pleasure. I'm glad I got to see your notification. Thank you for tagging me. It's a really really good interesting topic. Sorry, I'm in the
Hmm.
my It's okay.
It's Sunday. It's Sunday. We're all trying to get ready for work tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's
Winnie
a
is
lot to do
never
around the house.
yes, Winnie is never in a proper attire. She just goes with the flow.
That's
But thank you
okay.
for having me on your show, Chris and Tina Montgomery, and thanks for having me as well, Alice's World. Thank you guys.
Thank you
So
so
it's a
much.
pleasure to
Thank you.
be here. So we're talking about ghosting friends.
Mhm.
Yes. I came to the live when it was already 30 minutes into it. Yeah, we were actually having problems. So I'm saying I should say that the 30 minutes was really noisy. So we
Mhm.
are just started. So yeah.
Friendship is a really are we talking about being ghosted by friends and in respects to social media or what? Or just in general, in a general.
More like in general, but not romantic, involved. Maybe your best friend, especially somebody who you have, who has, there are some friends who become like family to you. You
Yes.
have developed the friendship to the level that you no longer see them as a friend, but a family. Somebody you could go above and beyond for sacrifice. You are just there. You think, or you thought they were there for you. Then you wake up one day and realize that they stop picking your call, they don't respond to your message. You go and ask them, what did I do? And they, oh, it's fine. You didn't do anything. I've just become busy. And they're not being honest with you. There has to be something.
Yes, yes, and you're very right. I had an awakening. Oh, sorry. Thank you so much. Let me mute myself. An awakening. Sorry.
Hi, Paula.
Hey, daughter.
Hello.
Oh,
So I had more of a wake up call. It was more like a slap in the face, I should say, when I
mhm.
decided to go back to Cameroon this past November to do my wedding. The people I thought were my friends, that experience actually showed me their true colors. Okay. The people I thought were more than friends were more like sisters to me, right? Um, I don't know if this is also very rampant in your area, but in Cameroon there is poisoning. There is this hatred for those coming outside of the country. So you really have to be really mindful about who you interact with, what you take from people to eat, drinks, vice versa, right? So these people were those people that I felt more comfortable with, or so I thought. So I thought I could feel, I could be myself around them. I could I could trust them per se with my life. But I learned quickly that the people that I thought were my friends or that I saw as more of sisters, right? Deep down, they didn't see me that way. Rather, they saw me as, in essence, a threat or someone who came to overshadow them, right? Sometimes when we think we have best friends, you think your best friend wants your best interests at heart. I'm sorry to say, but I no longer believe in the concept of best friends. I don't.
Unfortunately.
Exactly.
I believe that you are your own best friend.
Hmm.
You are your own best friend. I don't believe that two people can truly want the best for each other. Like bond, like share information. If I know things that are going to help you grow, let's say for instance, I don't know, Miss Paula Faith, are you a content creator? Are you a page owner?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so reason why I asked you that is that if you had a best friend, okay, like in the space of social media, content creators, and your best friend has this information, valuable information that could be beneficiary to you, or if they see that you are doing something on your page that you shouldn't be doing, would they hold your hands and say, "Come on, let's climb the ladder together"? I've never had that happen. I've never had that so-called quote unquote best friend that will call me to action, that will bring me back when they see me going astray. I've never seen that happen.
Well, actually, I do have people that will hold me accountable. Now, they're not necessarily what I would call a best friend. I truly believe I have more than one person, more than five possibly, that has no problem pulling my coattail and say, sis, you didn't do that right. I I believe that there are some people, I know my heart, and I
Yes.
know Alice, people like Alice. That's my daughter. Okay.
Thank you so
We're
much.
that's my spiritual daughter. And I have faith. We don't call each other best friend. I don't use that terminology, but
Yes.
I trust her with my whole heart, and I know her heart.
Yes.
So I don't think you have to look for to the best friend if you want to call it for that. Now, when it comes to friends, well, just in life, I'll say this: I have a kind heart, and I used to get disappointed in people a lot, and so it took. I remember saying, why don't people treat me the way I treat them? And it took a pastor I had to say, Minister Paula, everybody's not like you.
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm not necessarily looking to someone to be all of that to me.
Yes.
I'm thankful when I have people, like I said, like my daughter Alice. I'm thankful when I have people like her in my life. But I know that people are human, and it's very possible that I may not get back what I give.
Yes.
So I don't go around saying best friend or nothing like that. But
Ye-
sometimes we have too high expectations for people that they don't live up to. And it has to do with where we are in this world too, you know.
Yeah.
People's hearts are wax cold. And so we run into that too. So if you ever find you don't have to call them your best friend, but if you have someone that has your best interest in heart, and like you said, we'll pull your coattail, you know, when you're wrong, and uplift you when you're right, then that's an awesome thing to have in your life.
Yes. I have a sister. I can be proud to say I have a sister. Not biologically, but I have a cousin. I have a cousin that I can say if I am going astray will pull me back and say, "Hey, what you're doing, you're not supposed to do this or do that." I am blessed to have that sisterly bond.
Hmm.
But I won't label her a best friend.
See, that's what I'm saying. Uh-huh.
I won't label
I
her.
would want to still keep
I'm
some hope alive. I always say, no matter how polluted our generation has become or the world has become, if I see myself as a good person, then there is a possibility of somebody being like me out there. I'm
Yes.
not going to put all my heart out there, searching for them like I need to find them. There's one thing I learned from my pastor back in Ghana, is that he said something about expectations and reality.
Hmm.
So between your expectation and reality is the gap for disappointment, is the gap for argument. So there, when in relationship, any kind of relationship, it could be just friends, it could be family, it could be husband or boyfriend or fiance or whatever, even mother to child or father between parents and their children, there is some level of expectation that we all have of the other person, that you expect them to treat you this way, respect you this way, or do this or do that. But there is also a reality that we all have to wake up to.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
Maybe you expect them to die for you, but in reality,
they,
when that time comes, they're not going to, go down for you, not because
No.
they hate you, but
Right.
because they have other people that they need to live for.
Yes.
Mhm.
So
you're
at that point, you will become disappointed, thinking that I was expecting her to go down for me. Oh, she didn't love me that much. But truth is that it's not that she hates you, but she has other people to live for.
yeah,
You know, I when I would say in my immature days, in my younger days, because I see myself to be growing every day and maturing every day by the grace of God. So in the younger version of me would have been mad at somebody for not going down for me, not giving me the things that I thought they could have given me, not being there for me. But I have come to a point that I have made peace with myself. I'm like, Look, right now, especially being a mother, maybe motherhood has also opened my eyes to a lot of things I didn't know back in the days. I'm
Yeah.
like, nobody worth my sacrifice more than my children.
But we still
You
get
know,
disappointed.
I
We
would
do.
go above and beyond for my child before I would go above and beyond for my sister. I'm just being honest with
Yeah.
you all here.
Yeah.
That humanity factor. The
That's the
human
I
reality.
mean, so nobody should have too much expectations of me because right now there are little human beings in my life that are vulnerable. They are depending on my physical support, my emotional support to them, my spiritual support to them. I have to be able to fill my own cup in
Yeah.
order to give them that. So by the time I finish giving them those, how much do you think I have more left for anybody? I mean, let's just be honest.
but
Not
So
much.
but
my
Alice,
sister said, Winnie and family said she has come to a point that she doesn't think she wants to do all this best friend stuff. I mean, that's cool. That's so cool right there. Because in that way, you stop getting disappointed. In that way, you stop expecting too much from people. So
Yes.
if you put your love out there, just spread it out there. Be honest with people. Be nice to people. Be kind to people. Okay, if they tend to be kind to you back, oh, praise God. If they are now kind to you back, you move on. You are not disappointed because you are not even expecting them to anyway.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah,
know if
one
that makes sense.
it does make
No,
sense.
it does.
One thing, okay, Paula, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say I was listening to Alice, but at the same time, we are stronger than we used to be, Alice, because both of us are tenderhearted. But you, I know you, and I know that there will be some times when I don't care what you're saying right now, that you would sacrifice, and you would
I know.
sacrifice, and you would sacrifice for me. And you know what it is? We come to the point where we have balance in our lives. You know, that I ask God, should I do this for this person sometimes now, or should I do that? And, and so that you're not taken advantage of. But realistically, we still get hurt a little bit when we get to, and we still get disappointed, but not as much as we used to.
Hmm.
And Alice, if you know her, I love her. I love her because she's sweet and she cares deeply about people. And she's not saying that
And
she
that
won't
was
sacrifice
why
because she
I
will
was getting
sacrifice.
hurt. That was why I was getting hurt because I feel like, where am I going wrong with people?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's I mean, let's just be honest here. It's really really hurt you to the point that you could sit at the edge of your bed and cry. I have sat
Yes.
at the edge of my bed and cried, not more, I mean, not less than 3 times. I mean, I can't even keep count of the number of times I have cried because I was hurt by people.
So I
So
would
but
like
I
to
feel.
come in here.
Mhm.
We are having people join us. So please, thank you all for joining us. We really appreciate. So we are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and then now I try to add TikTok also. So those on TikTok are listening. If you are from TikTok, thank you for joining. We'll let you come in. If you have something to say, just let me know and we'll let you say whatever you have to say, like your contribution. But thank you all for joining, and I really appreciate that we have you women here talking about this. Like, we are trying to talk about the reality, things that really happens in life. We just have to spill it out there. We should say it as it is. And I'm really happy that we are doing that. So thank you all so much. If you just joined, we are talking about ghosted by important friends. Have you ever been ghosted by people in your life? They just go quiet on you. They just don't say anything. Why do you think that happened? Is it from you? Is it from their side? Why do you think they just go quiet on you without saying anything? And is it good for them to just go quiet on you without saying anything? And this topic is really bringing other side, like other life lessons. We are talking about a wide range of things here today. So thank you so much, ladies, for joining. We are looking forward for our men to also join and share their experiences. But whilst we are waiting for them, we'll go on and then share whatever we have to share here. So thank you so much, and I really appreciate all of you joining, making time to join. So for me, what I'm going to add to what Alice is saying is that I feel like most of the times, I'm just going to use myself as an example. We invest so much in relationships, not romantic relationships, but like we put in all our hearts. And then sometimes when whatever we expect, sometimes we have so much expectations of people. We expect that what the way we are treating them, we expect them to treat us the same way. And what I have learned in this life, I'm not that old, but what I've learned in this life from the age that I've gotten to is that if you are doing something for someone, just don't expect anything from them.
Yes.
Mhm.
If you are friends with someone, don't expect anything from them. Open your heart, do whatever you are going to do with for them. Even your siblings, don't expect so much from them. Family, don't expect so much from them. Whatever you are supposed to do or whatever you want to do for them, just do it without expecting anything. Because if you have some kind of an expectation from people that you do things for people that you love, you are going to be disappointed big time.
Mhm.
That
Yes.
thing, like, it breaks your heart. Like, it will take you time to heal. Sometimes I feel like even that one is even more than romantic relationships broken heart.
Mhm.
It will take you time to heal, especially when you're disappointed by people you call best friends or people you call family. So that is my part. I'm just going to leave everything for you ladies to talk about because I'm
Mm.
enjoying this one. So let's continue.
Can I
You
chip
said you
in
were
there a little
expecting
bit,
the
if
men
that's
to
okay?
join us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't think we should be expecting men to join us because this kind of behavior, you know, thing we're talking about, it's mostly among women. If you all will agree with me.
I really wish that my page, I
Okay.
really wish I could
Uh-huh.
have been able to join with my page so that my followers could have received a notification to join, because
Oh.
they really like topics like this and they find it interesting.
I don't know how we are learning stream here. I don't know
They
how
don't
many
they,
Yeah,
people
most of
joined
you
them
can
don't
go
today.
know
and
about my
download
profile.
it. You can also download the whole video after we
Most
are
of them don't
done.
know
It will
about
be
my
in
profile.
the
They don't know.
So do you
library.
mind sharing this on your, like, on your page? How do I say, from your profile to your page?
I can do that.
From the one you are using right now to your page so that we see
Yeah,
how it's
I
going
can
to
do
work.
that. You know what I
Yeah.
can do? Let me
Mm-hmm.
see. Because I know if I join for my page, they will get notifications to join in. Let me
Mm-hmm.
leave the live and then try to join back again for my page and see
Okay.
how that
Sounds
goes.
good.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll be back. Thank you, ladies.
Okay. Sounds good. Please let's continue.
Okay, ladies, I'm gonna have to go.
Oh.
I came in from church,
Oh,
and
okay.
what I was doing behind the scenes was catching up on eat. But I'm gonna do some things that I need to do. But
Okay.
I'm gonna be listening. I'm gonna be
Okay.
listening, but I'm just gonna leave this chat room, okay?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you so
thank you
much for the
so much.
stars. And thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate. Okay, so we continue. Ifia, are you there? Do you want to share?
Oh, actually, for now, I came not long ago, so I want to listen more. I want to learn more. So
Okay.
for my comments, I'll wait for some time.
Okay. Okay. Uh, thank you so much. So we'll be here. So as we were saying, we've really touched on a lot on this topic. This topic has taken us to other topics.
Mhm.
So let us move to like we've talked about why people do not do that, like why people decide.
Okay,
Hello, Winnie.
I'm back. Now I'm joined for my page.
That's awesome.
All
Oh,
right,
okay.
so
Are
I'm
you
sorry
able to
for
share?
talking before I joined the live. I don't mean to,
No, it's okay.
but I wanted to say something regarding the statement you made, if that's
No,
okay.
go ahead.
Okay. You said something about you made a statement that have you recently been ghosted by a friend for no
Mhm,
reason? And
mhm.
is it a good thing? Or do you think there's something that you did per se that made the friend ghost you or the groups of friends, right?
Yes.
In the context of social media, okay, being out there as content creators,
Mhm,
I would say that my presence of social media has made me a target among friends to be ghosted.
mhm.
I've been ghosted by so many friends because of my social media presence, right? And it could be not even it could be. It is because of one or two reasons. As content creators, we come out here, we talk. Like the
Yeah.
topic you brought up, being ghosted by friends. There could be that one friend out there who would take this personal and take this to heart as if you are referring to them. So I feel like a lot of my topic that I bring on social media, friends feel as though they can no longer discuss things with me. That when they do, I will bring it to social media and I am indirectly talking to them, you know. So I have found that being out there in the open, in a public space, like being content creators, putting ourselves out there, has made me a target. I call it a target because it is a target. I could be sharing my own experiences,
Mhm.
sharing my own past experiences, okay? But the people in my life would rather feel otherwise. If something happens to me with a friend, maybe I am partially to be blamed for this
Yeah.
because I don't filter anything I say on my platform. I say it as it is. Whatever happens in my life, I say it as it is and I don't filter it. Why? Because I believe that whatever things I am going through, there's one or two followers out there that are also experiencing the same thing. So I try as hard not to filter my life. I try to make my life 99% unfiltered. But there's always that 1% that is filtered. And that 1% could be as a result of, hey, if I'm having a misunderstanding with my husband, we're fighting, I'm going to filter that 1%. I'm not going to put that out there in the public unless it's a mishap and it finds itself on social media, right?
Mhm.
So I don't think I am to be blamed for it. And do I think it is a good thing that I was ghosted by these friends or my friends? You know, I see it more as an awakening, a call, like a call to action kind of
Yeah.
thing, right? I see it more as, were you truly my friend to begin with?
Mhm.
That is just my own perspective of it, okay?
Yeah.
That's just how I see it. As of recent, I had a friend that ghosted me. This friend was following me on social media back to back, was very active on my page. But I soon discovered that I could not give them what they wanted me to give them because I had already made some business arrangements with another friend.
Mhm.
So they felt as though, I wasn't supportive of them. And so they ghosted me. They ghosted me. But you know what that just went to show me? That just goes to show me that you were never meant to be in my life. So
Yes.
to me, when I'm ghosted by friends, I take it as a lesson learned. And every given day that goes by in my life, I am learning. I'm learning every day. And I am learning, to know where I stand in the midst of people. because we are
Yes.
all human beings. And like Alice said, when you have too high expectations of people and you get disappointed, it is really heartbroken.
Yes.
So I have learned to keep my expectations of my fellow human beings to the very bare minimum. I
Yes.
expect the worst from a fellow human being, but I pray for the best. That is
Yes.
just my approach in life now. I expect the worst that is going to come out of you, but I pray to God that, I receive the best part of it. And if I don't get it, it is fine. My mind and heart and spirit is already set and designed to expect the worst from you. So when you do it to me, I'm just like, what haven't I seen? It was expected. I mean, I expected this to happen to me. So it is just like, okay, well, it's not the first time, right? So I mean, I find myself to make humor, to take make a sense of humor per se when things like this happen.
Yeah.
So I see being ghosted as friends in my own perspective and view of it as a good thing. Like, you should be
Mhm.
glad that you were ghosted. Okay, if A or B didn't happen, that friend would not have ghosted you. And if A or B had since A or B has happened, the friend has really shown their true color. Because I believe a true friend sticks by you through thin or thick.
Yes.
That is just what I believe. If you're a true friend, you will stick with me, you will ride with me. But then again, maybe my expectations of people are just too high. But I refuse to lower my expectations of my fellow human beings, just because I want to settle. As I respect what Alice said, if we stop expecting too much of
Yeah.
we stop expecting too much of our fellow human beings, we will not be disappointed. But
Yeah.
yet again, I refuse. I refuse to have low expectations. But
Yeah.
then, if I have low expectations, I attract what I have. I have
Yes.
high expectations. And if you don't fit into that category of my expectations, so be it. People come and people go. The ones that are meant to fit into that category will stay around for the best and for the long run. That is just
Yeah.
my view and thinking of life and being ghosted by friends. And I'm a very outspoken person. I'm a very outspoken person. Not outspoken in a sense that I do things to hurt people's feelings. No. I won't pretend to you. I would tell you the truth, even if it hurts. You know. And then it makes me the bad person because I told you the truth. But I expect the same from any fellow friend of mine. If I say something or do anything wrong, step out of line, call me back to action.
Yes.
The same expectations I have of you, have it of me as well.
Hmm.
Don't sweep my dirt under the bed because you're trying to please me. You
Yes.
know, I just,
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know, but my
That is it.
expectations are, they will always remain high. It's either you fit into it or you don't belong in it.
Mm-hmm.
That is just how
And
I
I
see
think we
life.
should I think we should come up with a second episode of this. I don't know if you all agree with me.
Yeah.
I
We
think we should
should.
come up with the episode 2, because this conversation is something that is really deep,
Yeah.
and it's very, very common among women. So anything about women, we have to dive into it more.
Yes.
And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who have
Don't
experiences that they would want to share.
Yes.
I don't know, Winnie and family, do you agree that we should come up with episode 2 of this discussion?
Yes. I don't know.
So,
I agree. I agree.
I'm going to read something here from Paula. Said I'm still expecting good from people, but it doesn't hurt as much when they don't meet the expectations. Yeah, and I agree with her. Like, you should just psych your mind. And that is what I've been trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Although I have my my limits, I have my own expectations, which I'm not going to kind of reduce them. But then, as Winnie said, I have sided my mind. Whatever comes, I just have to take it. But I have to make sure I set my mind so that whatever comes doesn't hurt me. So yeah, we can continue. So um continue
So
with this one.
this
If
Lego man
someone
wants
just
to say
goes off
hi
on
to you
us,
guys.
hello, hi.
Hi.
So what do you think we should be done if someone just goes off on you? Is it advisable to try and then ask the person? I know some people, you ask them, they'll just give you a flimsy excuse. But then, is it advisable to ask them? And then, even if they give you this flimsy excuse, is it okay to dive deep? Try as much as you can to get the truth from them. That is one. The second one is that, for instance, as Sister Alice said earlier, like someone came back after 7 years to tell her, okay, someone told me this about you, that's why I ghosted you. Should you welcome this such a person in your life again? That is the second question. So first, is it okay to confront them, like ask them, what did I do? And if they give you this flimsy excuse, is it okay to try and then probe for them to give you the truth? And then if they don't, and then let's say they wait in like 2 years or 1 year or even 7 years, as Sister Alice cited, and then come back into your life, should you accept such a person into your life?
Well, I am going to answer that straight off the table. This person I was talking about, after she finished giving me all the explanations and why she did what she did, I told her that you should have come to me, you should have asked me, and you didn't. Well, whatever happened has already happened, the harm has already been caused. But I'm not going to be able to trust you like I did before. And she knows off the table, like I'm not going to pretend like, okay, let's just sweep everything under
And
the
then
rug
if they
and
don't,
pretend
and then
nothing
let's say they wait
happened.
in like Mm-mm.
No, I'm not going to sweep it under the rug like nothing happened. I'm going to let you know if you come back after whatever break you gave yourself. I'm going to let you know that you're not going to have my trust back like the way you had it before. Now, wait, whether I'm going to even ask you why you are ghosting me. Like I said from the beginning, I have come to a point in my life that I stop asking people for closure because I realized that the few times that I try to ask, they will give you some flimsy excuses that you know they're not being honest. There's something they're not saying and they're not ready to say. And I don't like forcing friendship. So what happened is that when you give me that cold attitude, I just move along. You know, the attitude you are giving me is all the closure that I need. Like Winnie and family said, maybe you haven't even been my friend for all these years. I thought you were my friend.
Yeah.
Maybe I was just deceiving myself, thinking, you love me, but you don't. So let me just move along. And another thing I tell myself is that, bless you, baby. Maybe God has his own reason why he sweeps some people out of our lives sometimes.
Yeah.
You may be holding on to something you think is so important. Oh, I need this. But the end result of that thing could even bring you, I don't want to use the word because of Facebook's, I'm trying to come up with another word. maybe the end result of that thing you hold in high esteem could bring you to a very dark end. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if for some reason you lose it, after some years you will even realize that it wasn't even a loss. It was actually a blessing. It was
Yeah.
never meant to be.
Yeah.
It was never meant to be. I mean, you will grieve the loss of the person for a while. It's not easy to, wake up one day and realize that this person has become a total stranger, like I never knew them.
Yeah.
But after some time, you are going to look back and realize that, oh, it was even good that they themselves walk away.
Yeah.
So I stopped asking people for closure. Whatever attitude you give me, or whatever silence treatment you give me, it's all the closure that I need.
Yeah.
And then I move on. I don't have time to come and ask you why you be. Then it makes them now all pompous and thinking, you can't survive without them.
Yeah. I want to read
And I
something
think
from.
in some few cases, depending on the circumstance surrounding the situation,
Yeah.
you might want to ask, but don't also make it look like you are forcing things.
Okay.
If you want to ask, it's okay to ask, but that one would depend on the situation. Maybe you have a business contract with this person where money is involved. Wherever money is involved, a lot of things. Money brings out the best and the worst part of people.
Ah,
Yeah, definitely.
If money is involved, I would want to know what is
Okay.
going on
Mm-hmm.
money and
and
human
advise
beings.
yourself
Ah,
accordingly. And
Yeah.
before I even ask you, I look at your body language.
Mm-hmm.
That one is very, very important to me as a person. Even if I'm talking to you, whatever you're telling me, I'm looking at your body language, your facial expression, everything, even more than the words that are coming. Because somebody could be telling you one thing and all their body languages is saying something different.
Yeah.
So you just look at those cues and then advise yourself accordingly, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You
Thank you
just
so
do
much.
it
So
consciously.
there is Afia from TikTok. She said we should try and talk to them to know why they have ghosted us and then settle. So that is her opinion from
Mhm.
TikTok. So Winnie, do you have anything to say?
regarding her opinion, before I say what I had to say, regarding her opinion, reach out to them and see why they have ghosted you. It's like it's reaching out to. It's like to me, right? I understand that it's her perspective, and I respect that. I respect her opinion wholeheartedly. But to me, doing such a thing is like saying, there is this saying that my sister-in-law always uses. She goes, "Silence is a very powerful message." Okay, she said, "Silence is a very powerful message. If you don't receive it in silence and you want it verbally, it'll lead you 6 feet under. Not, it'll lead you 6 feet under, right? Why? Because you never know until you have been there. In essence, that is what she's trying to say. I've had people ghosted me in the past, and I have reached out to them on countless occasions over and over again. It became a matter of I was stalking them. And later on, I asked myself, I said, but what am I really doing? And then the response and feedback I would get back, I would receive a cold shoulder. It is like, didn't she get the message I was trying to pass? I gave her silence, but she wanted it verbally. So I would give it to her verbally. And it was more
Mhm,
painful than receiving it in silence.
mhm,
It was so painful. And then that is why when someone, I believe, to me, if someone goes to me, I would never ask you. I would never approach you to ask you why you ghosted. And I can even use an example with a neighbor in my neighborhood where I live in. We had a misunderstanding business wise. Money was involved. He believed
Oh.
that a neighbor should do for a neighbor, which has always been something that we did without an issue. However, now it was no longer something that could be done that way because now my husband decided to monetize this skill.
Sorry for interrupting you, but I have to go. I have an emergency.
Okay, that
Sorry.
Oh,
is
I'm sorry.
okay. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
thank you
joining.
guys so much for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So he decided to monetize it per se. And so now the service that once used to be offered for free, no longer it can be offered for free. And so I don't know if you know this, but as wives, sometimes we take the blames for our husband. If you
Yeah.
have an outspoken wife, your wife is always the outspoken one and is always perceived as the bad person.
Yeah.
It's like your husband hides behind you and pushes you, like, go, go. The in laws are like, come over. You guys should come over, and the husband doesn't really want to go, but he stays
Yeah.
behind and pushes the wife like, can you say no? So it became something like me. I stepped in and I said,
Mhm.
no, he can't do that. It's now a company. We will give you a company quote. And this
Yeah.
neighbor ghosted me. I would wave and say greetings, and he would flash my greetings and look the other way. I kept pushing myself and pushing and pushing to the point
Yeah.
where I actually approached them, and I was
Mhm.
like, "Hi, how are you doing?" Being all nice and friendly. When I tell you that I received a very cold
Good.
welcoming, and then when I came back, I gave feedback to others. They told me, they said, you said hi once, you were ignored. You said it
Yeah.
the second time, you were ignored. The third time, you were ignored. And then you decided to approach them face to face. You're lucky all you received was a cold shoulder. How many times did you need them to send you a message? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Go give it to cousin. That how many times did you need them to send you a message before you actually received that message? So to
Mhm.
me, ghost me. I will never approach you. I will tell you thank you for passing your message along to me. I wish you the best in life, and I wish you all but the best.
Mhm.
But you said something about if someone comes and tells you that this person had been talking about you, and that is why I decided to ghost you because this person told me this. If you believe the person, you believe the person. It means that you had the same thinking. You believe that it was really true. You believe that
Yeah.
that is who I am. That is what I did. If that person told you something about me, if someone comes and tells you Winnie is a killer, and you don't have the guts to approach me and said, is it really true what I heard? But rather you decided to receive that information, you made your findings based on receiving perspective, opinion. You know, it's more like it's like a biased decision. You decided to side one way, and all of a sudden it's no longer fulfilling your purpose.
Yeah.
The so-called decision you made is no longer gratifying to you. It's no longer fulfilling. Now all
Mhm.
of a sudden that Winnie that was once bad is now a saint to you. It's not actually bad, but this person just made you to believe that they were bad.
Mhm.
Such a person to look, if you come back to me and you said this is why I ghosted you, I would say, okay, you know, just okay, what do you want me to say? But
Yeah.
again, that is just me saying that I have gotten to a point in my life where I no longer tolerate certain things from human beings, from my fellow human beings, right? I just believe that people will do to you what you allow them to do to you.
Yeah.
No, no. Look at baby. Look at baby. Say hi. Look at.
Hi.
Can you stop? Look at baby. She's always looking for trouble. I believe that people will do to you what you allow them to do to you,
Mhm.
right? And
Yeah.
if you don't allow people to do to you, they will not do to you.
Yeah. Exactly. Thank you very much, Winnie. Thank you. I so much appreciate you joining us today. I'm going to go on TikTok and read what Ifia wrote here. She said, and if someone goes us because of rumors, we shouldn't accept that person again because such a person, uh, Ifia, okay, let me see.
It's in a cup.
That is not complete, but I think she meant that you shouldn't accept them back into your life. So putting the rumor aside, like the person goes to you because of rumor, putting that one aside. Let's say the person just goes to you again and then came back to tell you, okay,
Yeah.
this is why I ghosted you, but it wasn't about rumors. It's just another thing. Will you still go ahead and then accept them? Let's say, for instance, something that you did and you know that you got it wrong.
Yeah.
Will you go ahead and then accept them?
If it's
Like
something,
they didn't tell you that you did this to them, but they just, because you did it to them, they just went quiet all of a sudden on you and decided not to tell you what you did to them. But they just went quiet on you. And let's say after a year, after 6 months, after 7 months, they come back to you. Okay, because you did this to me, that is why I went quiet on you. And you know that, yeah, it was your fault. Will you still accept them into your life?
I'm actually dealing with that right now. I've actually dealt with that with family. Okay.
Okay.
Family in
Mm-hmm.
particular is very fond of that. In-laws and the likes. You do something, they don't say anything, they ghost you. You come
Mm-hmm.
around them, they give you a cold shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And then a year or so goes by, they decided to come out of their comfort zone. Then they're ready to come to you and tell you what they did to ghost you. Will I still accept them in my life? Yes, I will forgive them. Okay. I will forgive such a person, but from a distance.
Yeah.
That closeness will no longer be there again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very forgiving person and I believe in forgiveness. I will accept that person in my life, but it will be from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
It's not to say that if you don't have a an event, you invite me to your event.
We're having issues with connection. Hopefully, when it comes back soon. But thank you all
Network.
for joining.
Yeah, that is the
W-
type of distance that
So
I.
I think we lost you like 20 seconds. So if you can go
Okay.
back.
Yeah, sorry. I said no. I would bring the person back. I would definitely forgive them, but that bond and closeness will no longer be there again. It would just be something from a distance. We can
Okay.
talk to each other, we can say hi, because to me, such a person is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Such a
Okay.
person is dangerous. I'm an outspoken person, and I know not everyone is outspoken. I can't
Yeah.
expect every human being around me to be outspoken. So that I respect. Um, but you just have to get to that place in your life. You just have to
Mm-hmm.
get to that comfortable place in your life where you say enough is enough.
Yeah.
Enough is enough. I've been ghosted so many times in my life, and I let people decide to come back around, or I continue to force myself. But the older I get, the less I could care if people would ghost me or not.
Mm-hmm.
To me, a ghosting, someone ghosting me, whether friends or family members, I stay in my comfort zone. And
Yeah.
it's the irony of life is that the people that have ghosted me always come back. Can you stop? They always come back. So even when I keep to myself and I said, okay, no problem. I have received your message. I will stay in my own lane and then I will just be me and do me. Funny enough, they still find me and they're like, hey, you still have the same number. How are you doing? Where it comes with people will do to you what you allow them to do to you.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. People will
No,
do
it's
to you
okay.
what you allow them to do to you.
Uh-huh.
right?
Mm-hmm.
They say experience is the best teacher. Oh my God. Why are you screaming? Is it
Oh,
just all the screaming is from you? She's only one, guys.
I guess this is showing people the reality. Yeah.
She's
Of
something else. I believe,
having having
and I
kids.
believe that
So.
people will do to you what you allow. Experience is the best teacher, and I've been around, I've experienced a lot. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
at that place in my life where comfort, peace of mind, my mental health is so important to me. So anything outside of that can stay outside of it. If you are
Yeah.
ghosting me to help me establish my fundamental mental state, thank you so much for helping me maintain it. But if
Mm-hmm.
coming in is going to help me destroy it, don't come. Stay
Yeah.
away from a distance. So that is just how I approach life and ghosting people or being
Yeah.
ghosted by people.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate making
No,
time to join us,
thank
sharing your experiences, sharing your thoughts. This is so awesome. And we, as Mrs. Alice said, we have to come back with part two or episode two. So we'll prepare, find time that works for all of us, and then
yes.
come back again. And hopefully, other people can join us and then share their experiences and their thoughts too. So,
Yeah.
if you just joined us or if you watch this video, this is Chris and Tina Montgomery's page. Today we hosted Winnie and Family Unfiltered. We hosted Mrs. Alice. Her page is Alice World. And then we had a few wonderful people who joined us to share their experiences. We also saw people share their experiences in their comment section. So thank you so much for joining us. Our topic was ghosted by important friends. This is Mind Shift with Chris and Tina Montgomery, and thank you all for joining us. We apologize for the earlier noises, the echoes. This is our first time using the StreamYard. I just decided to use it on my laptop today, and this is Mrs. Alice's first time using it. So we apologize for all the technological mishap at the beginning. I'll try and then cut it, edit it, download, edit, and then post it again. But if you watch this, please try and then share your comments, your experiences in the comments section. So Winnie, do you have any last word for us before we leave?
Um, no, I just want to say thank you so much for having me. And to everyone watching, please remember, people will treat you how you want to be treated.
Yeah,
Know your
thank you.
know your
Mhm.
boundaries. But thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great.
And thanks everyone for spending time with us. Remember to put a smile on someone's face. You don't have to necessarily give them money, but the way you talk to them, the way you approach them, you don't have to know someone's background. As I say every time, you don't have to know someone's background to show them respect. So just give respect to everyone you see around. Just smiling or saying hi to someone you don't know can change someone's mood, can change someone's mind. So let us all have a good Sunday. If it's already Monday where you're watching from, have a blessed week. But let us all have a blessed week. Thank you all, and kindly make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and then Threads and TikTok. Thank you so much for joining. So please go to Facebook and YouTube and watch this very insightful and educative video. We'll come your way again with episode two when we all available. As you can see, we all have kids, so
Yeah.
we try to manage our time and everything around us. Thank you all for joining.
Thank
Uh,
you. Have a good
Thank you,
Sunday.
Winnie. Have a good week. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Bye.